It was a gun.
Not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Hi, my name is Idelin Akimana. I'm from Burundi. I do modeling as profession and identify myself as a queer woman, as a female of gender non-fluidity.
Sima for short. I'm an actor, writer, everything artistic, and an entrepreneur.
Hi, my name is Mohammed. I am 26 years old. I identify as a gay male. I am a creative of sorts. I dabble in the art of drag and club kid drag.
Hello, my name is Tajme Pillay. I am an actor and performance artist. I identify as a queer male and, yeah, a club kid.
My name is Chester Martinez. I am a queer male of, I'm 22 years old. I'm a performance artist and model and completely gender fluid, yeah.
A lot has shifted and evolved in terms of identifying gender and in terms of gender identity. I think there's a change in thought that's shifting gender more from the binary towards a spectrum. Mm-hmm. So people are understanding that gender is not, defined by just masculine and feminine or male and female, but it bleeds into each other a lot.
I've found that gender is something that is totally subjective. It's we are all individuals, we are all different. It's like our fingerprints, no one's is the same. And this spectrum, it's nuanced. It's not just, it's a massive spectrum. It's like the light spectrum. There's many colors under the sun kind of a thing. And it's that same thing. It's because gender, I feel, is something that's energetic. It's an energetic experience. It's an energetic expression. So it's not like there's one way to be a man and there's one way to be a woman and you either or.
It's also a personal thing.
Yes.
I mean, you can't expect every other human being to have the same taste as you, you know?
Absolutely.
So it also runs like that, man.
Yeah.
It's like taste buds.
I also think it's more like when they say gender fluid, it's like as a woman you can be free to love a man or can be free to love another woman or love a man who wants to be a woman or vice versa. It's just also, like you said, personal. It's what I feel I want to be. And also the non-binary, I think, where there's no limits.
Yeah.
I'm free to just express myself.
It's also really important to distinguish how gender and biological sex are two completely different things. Because people conflate it all the time. Just because you're born as a biological man doesn't mean that your gender has to present that way. Because like you said, it's an energy thing. Yeah. It's what's inherent inside you.
Some girls, for example, right? They do I'm a lesbian, I'm this and that, because it's fashionable.
That's the other thing, it's become trendy.
It's become trendy to be queer. So it's like, is it even relevant that we are fighting? Here's me coming from Burundi. I had no idea what is all of this, and then now I have learned to learn from this country. And I'm trying to live in it, and then I get other people who don't even know what's going on.
Who says it's trendy? I think it's why straight people are just trying to say it's trendy because now younger people are coming up as queer.
But because they wanted to be a fad. They don't want it to be something that's here to stay.
They're not fighting for what we are fighting for.
They capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Yes, so they're trying to, because they're trying to understand it and because they're trying to put it in the space and time right now, this is why they say it's trendy or it's the new thing. It's always been there.
It's always been there. Bisexual's always been there. You know how they're always really prejudiced bisexuals, this and that. And in this time, in 2017, I would say, for a young girl going to kiss other girls at a party and that's it, that's what bisexuals are being seen as, although it's actually a gender on its own, their own sexual orientation. So it's like, with me, I will be, am I lesbian, am I bisexual, am I just Idelin, who just is a wild child who does what Idelin pleases?
Yeah, you can't help who you're attracted to, right?
But no, man, it's actually quite interesting to see the breakaway channels or the sub genders within the homosexual community.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I didn't even know gay people existed. But when I finally did find them, I found the butch lesbian and the femme lesbian, and I found the eccentric queens and the reserved kind of a straight look muscular gay man. But now all these things are coming up, and it's overwhelming even for me, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. Okay.
But you see, that is exactly why, for straight people, it's easier for them to like call it trendy, so that, you know, like, it's just easier for them to understand. Like, it's not a way of life. Like, they can't come to understand that is someone's entire reality.
I think they don't want to accept, therefore, it's like creating a dream, like living in a bubble.
Yes.
So being trendy, that's their bubble, it's not a reality, it's just a dream.
Yeah, because they can look at it from
Tomorrow
outside.
it's gone.
Yes, tomorrow it's gone. Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you ever hit on someone and they completely went AWOL on you? Like, are you crazy? Taba?
Yes. Oh well, I think like the same way when you in puberty, like a straight person in puberty, when they start being sexually attracted to someone of the opposite sex, like your sexual orientation starts developing at that stage. You know what I mean? When you really start having those butterflies towards another human being, depending on the gender, that like determines your orientation. I wouldn't say like yes to the second one actually, because like I wasn't actually hitting on this person. Like we were having a conversation, and just because I'm super like I'm like this, like I'm very like I'm a dancer, like I don't have any personal space issues. So like part of touching, like I communicate through touch, like you know what I mean. And I was sitting with this guy, and he was aware that I was hyper feminine according to him, and he felt like this physical connection was like me hitting on him, and he like lost his shit. And that was all to do with him, like that was his issues, because like I wasn't coming on to him.
Because it's exactly the same answer for me. Like, I don't think anyone's ever gone AWOL for me hitting on them, but people have assumed that I am hitting on them.
Yes.
Because here's a gay man talking to another man, therefore he must be attracted to me.
I'm attracted to masculine female, basically. And often when I go with like a feminine one, then they tell me I'm the boyish one. So it's very complicated, but it's just a vibe. You can feel.
You can.
You
It's
can.
fine. You
It's
recognize.
I mean, I would tell you, you know what? I need this. Do you? Cool. Okay, let's do
There are
it.
also a lot of heterosexual men who are like,
Yeah.
I wanted to say this because like a lot of people ask that question, like, you know, they want to know like, you know, what is the courting process for anyone who's queer? But it's like, we need to stop, it's again looking at it from the patriarchal goggles, you know, like, it's like, people view courting as a male courting a female. Courtship is between a human and another human.
Exactly.
It's like
it's
when
necessary to understand that sex and sexuality has been constructed from a patriarchal point of view. Like the male body and the male gaze has been dominant in that.
It's been the determining
factor
of like
everything else is built around.
I also think for let's say like for the lesbian part of the LGBT community,
Yes.
it's easy for me to hit on another female. I'm more comfortable to go verbally all the way I want to.
Yeah, because feminine energy is more fluid. Feminine energy is females are so comfortable with one another.
So I don't know how you.
It's also because of how femininity is being constructed in society.
Exactly.
That it is easier for women to talk to each other because that's encouraged. And so, for example, for gay men, there's a lot more. Well, not that there's not a lot of politics in the lesbian world, but there are a lot of different politics in the world with gay men, with regards to that.
the roles are
and
very distinct.
Exactly, and I think living in this or being able to access the city gives us a lot of privilege, because your chances are, there aren't that many extreme repercussions when you potentially connect with a man who then turns out not to be gay. Compared to outside of the city, where if you, for example, hit on someone that you think is, or maybe, but is not comfortable with accepting any of that, you can fear for your life in a lot of instances.
Guys, it's also like necessary to point out that sex in the gay community can be like, can I curse on the show? Can be heavily fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Because a lot of it is written in like those misogynistic ideas.
As well. It's like the L word. So the fact that we're so small, at some point, people start fighting for the new piece of meat in town. Then,
That's the thing. It's almost like a lot of what I think the gay triarchy kind of functions within comes from sex. Like if you look
it's
at
dominance. It's
dominance.
dominance within sex. It's like I am gonna own you. Like this, it's
Overall,
dominance
sex is sex.
within
Doesn't matter what
sex.
gender we're in.
Yeah, and
Sex is sex. Doesn't matter what gender. It's all for
Sex
the
is sex.
pleasurable moments.
it's that physical connection between two. I always go back to humanity because for me, I'm a queer individual that, like, I'm not gay because to this day I still connect with women, but it's women with a masculine. I am attracted to masculine energy within another human being. So like I exist in this like limbo where because I'm feminine, people peg me as gay, but then they see me hook up with a girl who gets it or who I connect with, and then they're just confused, and then I have to explain like what that is, and it's because it's a human connection. It's like the courtship is it's a nuanced process of like.
It's like so many people just don't understand that because then you have issues like no fats, no femmes, no Asians, no blacks.
Grinder.
I think as much as Tinder laughing must ever exist, guys. Just go to the club, go to the restaurant, meet somebody like normal people
That's
do.
my
As much as gay sex is fucked up, I mean, fucked up.
Guys, the language.
As much as it's messed up, it is also very symptomatic of you know, as a gay community, as gay people, you have these ideas instilled in you from such a young age that you know, your worth and value as a human being. This is the linear path, and then you grow up and you hit puberty and you realize, oh crap, I don't fit on this path. So now, you know, you start filling your life with something else, or when you start meeting people that you court with, you can't view yourself in this linear line because they've excluded you entirely. So you fill your life with potentially, you know, really messed up sexual situations. And I hate that is the, destructive situations. And I hate that is what the world sees of the gay community.
That's also the reason why people don't understand homosexuality. Is because things have been set up in a certain way. And here are these groups of people with different identities. It's like a race on its own, you know? Because there's the straight or the straight race.
The heterosexual.
And it's like, cool, male, female. There's the male role, this is what you do, this is the female role. And then when it comes to queer people, then all those boundaries are broken. And people just can't understand. You know, people don't like change. So they don't understand how that could be. So that's why they constantly trying to get rid of it.
My dream is to see a world in which all queer people can live without fear of walking down the street and, you know, having something as small as a slur thrown towards them or even being beaten and killed.
My dream is to see a world liberated with each other, a world where people can exist without systems of thought schooling how they exist. My dream is to see the utopia that I think of every night just come to fruition.
My dream is, let's say, to just see Africa itself recognize that queer people exist, that gay people exist, to see Uganda not persecute people, to see Burundi allow their kids to be who they are, and just to see us unite as one and just parents not to really judge us, to let children be themselves.
My dream is to see humanity as a whole learn to just truly exercise non-judgment on all levels so that we can all just come into this world and exist and live our truth.
My dream is for you to be you and to live your dream.
Yes!
Yazzie, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.
Hi, my name is Idelin Akimana. I'm from Burundi. I do modeling as a profession and identify myself as a queer woman, as a female of gender non-fluidity.
Sima for short. I'm an actor, writer, everything artistic, and an entrepreneur.
Hi, my name is Mohammed. I am 26 years old.
was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Hi, Hestem Martinez. I am a queer male of, I'm 22 years old. I'm a performance artist and model and completely gender fluid, yeah.
A lot has shifted and evolved in terms of identifying gender and in terms of gender identity. I think there's a change in thought that's shifting gender more from the binary towards a spectrum. So people are understanding that gender is not, defined by just masculine and feminine or male and female, but it bleeds into each other a lot.
I've found that
Old. I identify as a gay male. I am a creative of sorts. I dabble in the art of drag and club kid drag.
Hello, my name is Tajme Pillay. I am an actor and performance artist. I identify as a queer male and, a club kid.
my name is